And now 3 drives, 3 fumbles.
What's amazing about it is when we go around and watch practices, how many times do we see them put that sleeve over a football now to make it more slip?
Yep. And he will take this in for a Longhorn touchdown. Buster Holiday, 41 yards. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points. Touchdown number 5 for the junior quarterback, and that certainly makes Coach O'Brien's job at the postgame press conference a lot easier.
And you're right, he certainly made Coach O'Brien's press conference awfully easy. But how about the conversation he's now going to have with Tommy Matthews? Because all indications we had from talking with Coach during the preseason, he told them both that they were going to get their chance. But now that this guy's thrown 5 touchdown passes, now he has to go back to Tommy Matthews and kind of shrug his shoulders and say, I know what I intended to do. I know what we talked about. But he's got the hot hand. We're going to have to go with it.
The Gators take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Ready to begin their next drive. Here's the Florida offense. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track? Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and this is picked up by the defense. And some space here. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown.
The kicker on.
So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score, and a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower post-game. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Fielded right around the 8. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Gator offense about ready to get this next drive started. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
And oh, my goodness, he loses it again. And this will be scooped up by the defense.
Ellington, the ball carrier.
That sort of goes without saying. That's the risk of running the option play. You can put the ball on the ground. They did there and turned it over.
So true, because you've got so many different decisions that have to be made. Are you handing the ball off inside? Or are you just keeping it yourself? Are you pitching it to your trail guy? And sometimes you get caught in between, and you're a little indecisive on the play, and it turns into the ball on the ground. Fortunately enough, they weren't able to return it for a touchdown.
Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. And he is in. Touchdown, Longhorns. It's their quarterback, keeping it himself from a yard out. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. And this one through the uprights and good.
That's the score. Longhorns 84. Gators nothing.
So now after the touchdown, the Longhorns get ready to kick it off. Taken in at the 3. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Gators take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Ready to begin their next drive. Here's the Florida offense. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we're having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back.
And he loses the football a second time. And the defense says they have it. Yes, they've got it.
Jennings, the ball carrier.
Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
Dancing to his left. And this is caught at the 8. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal.
Goal at the 8-yard line.
Looking to throw. Flanagan. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. So that'll back him up 5.
Still 2nd down.
Can't afford another delay here as they come up again on 2nd and goal. From the gun, a give to Martin. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead.
And he is in. Touchdown, Longhorns. A 10-yard touchdown run. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Able to punch it in on 3rd down, makes it easier for those guys. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it.
The conversion is no good on the fake extra point.
I know they're not asking me, but I'll give you my opinion anyway. I think it's time to erase that play from the call sheet. I guess they figure with the big lead they can experiment a little bit. But all in all, just go ahead and put that play on ice.
Taken from about the 20. Now a hit and a loose football.
You don't want nothing, get them.
Touchdown, Longhorns.
Christian Foster. Touchdown.
So they get the 1-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Fielded right around the 8. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this 3rd quarter. 3 quarters have come and gone. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. The Gator offense about ready to get this next drive started. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Watch a slant, watch a slant, watch a slant.
On 2nd and 2, White. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Intended for number 8.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
The offense on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time they face a 3rd and 2. From the gun, White. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. He's picked off just shy of midfield. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now.
Now a hit and a loose football.
I need to get my
And now
swag
off to
right
the
there.
races down the right side. And he will have a touchdown. It's the fullback taking it in. And this offense continues to pour it on. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This one fielded at the 5. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
Ready to begin their next drive. Here's the Florida offense. And following the interception. Just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he coughed it up. And the defense has come up with it.
Well, partner, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the 4th quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, another offensive player quick to react, and they will indeed retain possession.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So they keep the football, but now face 2nd and long. He's letting this one go for Fuller. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. It's a gain of 35.
Charles, here we are in the fourth quarter. They've got a pretty comfortable lead here. You know, Coach O'Brien, as we talked about, he made those statements about his plans to possibly rotate the quarterbacks, but we have not seen any sign of time.
And he is in. Touchdown.